Hello everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and we're going to do another resin project today using UV resin. The resin we're going to use is Let's Resin, and I love this resin, and I love the hard glue resin from Temu. This is Amazon, this is Temu. So if you're just an Amazon person, you can get this on Amazon fairly inexpensively. I got, I think, 500 grams because I got 2 bottles of this, and I want to say it was like $17. And these are 250 grams each, so I had a total of 500 grams. And it has served me well. However, I am about probably more than halfway through this bottle, and this is my last bottle of this, so I may have to dig into my hard glue resin at some point in this project, but I'm going to try not to make this one too deep. I'm just going to show you guys. This is one that I already made, and I actually made this one. These are flowers from my son's wedding. When he got married. So I have had his flowers for a long time, didn't know when I was going to be able to do it. They turned brown, and so it's not the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen, but I did throw some other dried flowers that I had in there to add some color, and then of course I added some dark blue here, clear, transparent dark blue, and then lighter blue, and then I went to clear on that side. So that's kind of how I resined it. And this is UV resin as well. So it worked out. Now this is a mold, and this mold has the little butterflies on the edges, and so they go all the way through on here. Let's see, let me grab a piece of light colored something. I've got some napkins here. I'll just set it on top of those. Hopefully you guys can see. So here you can see how those little butterflies you can see through. See there? There's one. There's one, and there's one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 of them, and they go all the way through. But I just thought this was a cute mold. Got it on Temu. I will put a link in the description menu because these were all things that I purchased. This and this resin and the hard glue resin are things that I purchased. So I will definitely make sure that the links are down below in the description menu. Some of the things I'm going to be using today are things that I received in Happy Mail. I did also purchase these on Amazon. Now, I use a torch to pop the bubbles in my resin before I pop it under my lamp. Some people use alcohol. Alcohol works as well. So you can go either way. With the alcohol, you just put a little bit in a spray bottle and just squirt a tiny, tiny bit on top of your resin, and it will send the bubbles to the surface. My preferred method is this. Now, the only thing with using a torch is you have to be concerned about burning the resin. You don't want to let this sit on the resin too long in one spot, and you also don't want to burn your molds with it. So it will ruin your molds. It will make them unusable. So be careful with your molds when you're using the torch. Just don't put it in any spot too long, and I'm talking just go over it like that, you know, just a quick, you know. And I love these. They came in a box of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in different colors. So I still have a few here. I gave one to Jeff so that he could use it for his 2-part epoxy resin out in the garage. And I just wanted to show you guys. So I will put a link to those as well. They were very inexpensive. You do have to fill them with butane. I have my can of butane here, and there's a little dollar store down the street that sells this for like $2.99. So I buy this there, and you can't buy that in most states online. I cannot buy it online and have it shipped to me, so I have to go to a store and buy it. So Anyway, so it's got this little flip top thing at the top so you can keep it closed. That's where the flame comes out. These also have a mechanism so that you can adjust, you know, if you want to hold it this way or if you want to hold it straight onto something, you've got that. This is how you light the torch, and it also has a mechanism to lower the flame. However, I've found that it doesn't really lower it much. Sometimes you can flick it, and if you have it on for a little bit, the flame will continue to burn. You see that? If it does that, you just flip that top closed and it'll go out. So I love those. Highly recommend them. And it's been working amazing for me. I had to get a new one because mine was all covered in resin and sticky, and I wiped it down so many times, and I just got to the point where it was like, okay, it's time for a new one. So the other thing, I just wanted to show you guys, I've been making lots of butterflies. I love this butterfly, so I did make a bunch of these. Some are double butterflies, some are triple butterflies. I've got 2 of the doubles here. This is one that I had already made. Now these, you can see, I'm going to put these aside because we really don't need them. I'm going to be doing something with those. So I want to get some in my shop. Now this one is the same butterfly, and you can see the color difference. This one is on white paper. This one is on an off-white paper, like an ivory. And if I want it to look more vintagey, I will use the ivory paper. If I just want it to be bright and fresh, I'll use the white. And this one actually has glass glitter on it. This one does not. So, you guys, I have videos where I make my butterflies, so you can always go back to my videos and see how these are done. Very, very easy process. Pick out your butterfly. This was just flowered paper that I had, and I just took one of my butterflies after I cut it out, one that was already shaped, and like, in fact, I think it was one of these, and I put it on there and drew it out, and then I cut them out, and that's how I got these. And look at how beautiful those are. So I like to use vintagey papers to make these. These are kind of one of my favorite ways to do them. I like to have my own look to my butterflies. Here's a smaller one. This is one I made a while back on another butterfly image that I had, and I just haven't done anything with it yet. And then I've got a whole bunch of other ones. These pink ones are ones that I just made, and I'm going to be using a couple of these. Actually, that one looks good with those. I'm planning on using these because these are my favorites. I love these little butterflies right here. I made some, and this one's kind of got this and this in it. But I made some of these because I like to have the little tiny butterflies. And look at how beautiful those came out, you guys. They're gorgeous. And I'm going to use these, probably 1 or 2, maybe one big one, one little one. I'm not sure how I'm going to put them together. It just depends on how it looks once I get to that point. And I'm going to use some of these stickers. Now this comes in a roll of stickers, and this is for people who do journaling and stuff like that, and they're just gorgeous flowers. Look at those. They're beautiful. And so I'm going to use, I cut these ones out, and I want to use some of them in there. I was originally going to use dried flowers, but you guys, I just don't have any good dried flowers that I have some, but they're super duper bright, and I didn't want to use bright flowers in this. I want more subdued colors. So I love the colors in these, and so I just pulled these out and cut some little pieces out. This is a big piece, and I thought, you know, if I don't like the way this is looking, I can switch over and I can cut, you know, some sections of this one out. But I think these are going to be great. I already kind of sat them in there and had a look to see, you know, what it was going to look like. And so I think I'm going to put this white napkin underneath this just so that you can see through. And this is a clear mold. Make sure your mold is clean on the inside, you guys. I used this yesterday, so I'm just kind of trying to make sure I don't have any little bits and pieces of anything or any, like a dog hair or something like that, because my little Holly has black, my puppy has black hair. And occasionally I'll find one around somewhere, and I definitely do not want that in my resin projects. So I generally keep her out of my craft room. I don't let her come in here because she wants to get into everything. So I try to keep her out of here as best I can. Once in a while she'll sneak in and I have to let her back out, give her a treat, and then she moves on her merry way. The other thing that I have here, you guys, these are some leaves that I got on Temu, and they're all different colors, and they're very pretty. I've got yellow and blue grays with silver brushed over them. I've got some green with, it looks like kind of a silvery brushed over them. These have gold, and they're like a, I think they're purple with a gold brush. I've got some darker green ones, and I did find, I was so excited, I found my, my little deep green ones that I love so much, you guys, with the gold over the outside of them. I found them. So I did buy a couple of packages because I know how Temu runs out of things, and then sometimes you can never get them again. So the other thing I have in here is I have some that Robin sent me, and they're very pretty. These little ones here that are kind of bluish with some, it's like a sparkly, opally looking sparkle that's brushed over the tops of them. And then these are my dark green ones with the gold brush. And these are the ones that I love so much to use on all my stuff. So, and then Robin also sent me some of these bigger leaves. So pretty. I'm just trying to get different ones here. And some metal leaves. I'm looking, there's a certain leaf. Oh, this one. This one is super pretty to use in projects because it's like a wider leaf. You can't see it real good on my hand there, but it's gorgeous. And then these little metal ones, those are so nice to be able to use. I've got a bunch of those. And what else do I have here? I don't know if I'm going to use these in this today, but I took them out just in case. Robin also sent me, I don't know if I showed you guys, she shops from a lady on Etsy, and I'm going to put this lady's link in the description menu. She sells my favorite little porcelain roses. She sells these. Well, not only does she have these, but she has some other ones that I love. I think I put some in this, no, this container. And let me see, let me find one. Did I put them in here? Yes, I did. They're down at the bottom here. They are these little flowers, and oh my word, they're so cute. And then she makes some smaller ones that I don't have in that container. But these are so cute too. They're beautiful, you guys. I just love them. And I'm going to show you something that I used those in. I made another one of my planners. This is the one that I made yesterday. And look at how gorgeous she turned out. Isn't that beautiful, you guys? But I used some of those little flowers here and here. And then I used the other ones, the roses here. And then these are some of the teeny tiny ones that she makes. And so my friend Robin buys from this lady. She has some gorgeous stuff, you guys. So I'm definitely going to put her Etsy link in there for you guys in case you're interested in getting some of these flowers because they're so beautiful. Just gorgeous. And I know these, I've ordered these or similar ones on Amazon as well. So if you can't get them from her, you might be able to get them on Amazon. And I'll try to find a link for those on Amazon as well. But I'd rather give you the link of the lady on Etsy because I firmly believe in, you know, sponsoring small businesses. And I know how hard, how difficult it is to get successful on Etsy. I've been doing it for years, and let me tell you, it is just not easy. Etsy does not help you get customers. I'm going to tell you that right now. 99.9% of my customers come from you guys, my subscribers. So I direct almost all of my business to Etsy. Etsy says we pay for advertising and stuff. No, not so much. They only advertise, they only pull up certain sellers who, I think it's a you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of thing. And, it's kind of a bummer because those people get all of the sales because that's who Etsy promotes. And then the rest of us, they charge us the same fees, but they don't promote our stuff. I've yet to see a promotion on any of my stuff. I do sometimes see it. If you do a search, it comes up right away. Very rarely. But it's because, the sellers that sell like multi kinds of things and things that people use all the time, those are the ones that they promote because that's more Etsy money. It's more money for Etsy, I should say. So yeah, unfortunately, they don't help me out much. So I will help those sellers to sell that I know are small like me and have beautiful things. I won't recommend anybody that doesn't have nice things. I believe in that. I strongly believe in that. So I will put her link, I will put it up for you guys. And I want to say, let's see, her shop, it's called Big Mama Mosaics is the name of her business, Big Mama Mosaics. And so these are some of the other things that I got from her. And I did already show you guys these things in another video, so I'm not going to pull those out again. And you guys, I have some happy mail that I need to send you. My friend Pam sent me some stuff. I want to, hold on. Let's see, how much do I have here? I'm not going to do it right now, but my friend Pam sent me some stuff and just out of her stash, and what a sweet, sweet, sweet lady she is. I was just so elated that she had thought, of me when she wanted to send some stuff out. So Pam, thank you so much. I will do a video and show everybody all the goodies that you sent me. I just don't have a lot of time today to add to this because I wanted to talk about some other things. So I showed you my book. I showed you what we're going to be doing. I am going to read you a beautiful quote. And I really, and of course it just, okay, here we go. I thought this was really kind of profound. It says, enjoy the little things, for one day you may look back and realize they were the big things. I'm already looking back and realizing those little things were the big things. And I missed a lot of them that I shouldn't have. And it breaks my heart when I think about certain things today that because of other things, other circumstances, I wasn't able to be at a place or do some of those things that I wish I had done. And those days are gone. I can't get those days back. You guys, we can't get them back. So when you get the chance, every chance you get, do those things, those little things. Do nice little things and be grateful for the little things that people do for you, because those things count. Those things matter so much. And I just, you know, my friend Robin, my goodness, she just is amazing, and she's done so much for me. I can't even tell you. My friend Sherry, I mean, Diane Giroux, Deanna Grooms, Kim, my, just all of these people come to mind, and I have a whole list, and I wrote all of those names down. I finally got them all written down, and I'm sure I probably missed a couple that I hope those people will remind me, and I'm going to start putting that list of people in my videos and thanking them. So I'm going to try and type that list up before I put this video out. Here's one that says, if everything around seems dark, look again. You may be the light. So you know what? Maybe we can bring lightness to dark situations. And sometimes I find that that is very true. Do not sell your soul in exchange for anything. This is the only thing you have brought into this world, and the only thing you can take back. Amazing. You guys, I love these quotes. I think they are something that when I read them, they make me really think about life in general and the things that we often do miss, and the things that are important in life. Now it's stuck. My phone, I'm telling you, my phone has been sticking on me like crazy lately. It is not working, and I don't know if it's my internet. Look at that. It's just giving me blank screen. I don't know if it's my internet or the phone. I think it's the phone. It's very old. I mean, I'm trying to do screen prints, and it's taking or screenshots, and it's taking forever. I want to keep some of these. I'll do it later. Hopefully I can find them again, because they will go off of my phone shortly. Okay, you guys, so let's get started. First things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some resin in the very bottom of this. Now, here's what I'm doing on this particular mold, you guys. I found out when I poured yesterday's, what I thought was supposed to be the top was actually the bottom, and that was the part that was down. So I put everything in upside down. This is the way I poured it. So all of the good parts of everything are showing on this side, but it was like this side. It was a matte finish. And that's not what I wanted. I wanted to be able to see what was inside this. So I did have to put a layer of resin over the top of this and dome it to make it shiny so that you could actually see through it. So today we're making this the top, and that's even better for me because I can see where everything's going and exactly how it's going to look when it's done. So first things first, we are going to put, in fact, well, do I want to do this, or do I? I'm thinking my first layer, I'm going to use my hard resin, and I hope this works out okay. I'm going to use my hard resin because it is thinner, and I just need a very thin layer of resin on the bottom. You got to make sure that it covers the entire bottom, though, you guys. Don't do this and think that, you know, if you miss spots, it's going to be okay. It's not. You have to cover the entire bottom with that first layer. Otherwise, you're going to have, like little holes and things and divots on the sides. And yeah, it's not going to be pretty when you get done. So don't waste your resin thinking that you're saving it, because you'll end up ruining the project, and that will absolutely ruin your project. It's hard to come back from not having enough resin on the bottom or whatever. Now, I will tell you though, I take that back. Normally, if the bottom of this was going to be the top, I would say, yeah, that's going to be a huge, huge, huge problem. And so you guys need to pay attention to how your pieces are going to come out on your molds, because some of them, the bottom, it makes it super shiny, and perfect. It's like perfection. My hearts, the bottom of those hearts are shiny. And so everything I do in those, I do upside down. But this one was not like that. It was, the bottom is more of a matte. So I was kind of bummed when I noticed that, but I was able to fix it. I was able to shine through. Okay, so I have just a very thin layer covered the bottom. Now you can see there's bubbles in here. You can see those little bubbles around. So we're going to take our torch, flip it open, and do like this, and very quickly, watch how I'm doing this. I'm just very quickly running it over, and I want to hit that resin in there. So I'm trying not to mess up these butterflies either. I don't want to burn those. And then I can see like a little spot here where, let's see, let me get one of my little things here. I see a little like a fuzz in there, so I want to get that out. And you can see a dark spot down here on this one. That's on the other side. It's on the bottom. So move it around if you have to see if what you're seeing is actually in the resin or is it on the bottom of the container. Like right here I have a little, I think it's a little piece of a dried flower that was left in there from yesterday. But it looks like that is about all I have. And I'm looking to see if there's any bubbles that maybe I can pull away from the edges without kind of really making a mess and going too crazy. And I'm pushing the resin to make sure it is hitting all of the edges. And it is. We got a thick enough layer that it had to cover it. Okay, so I'm going to lay that aside. And now I'm going to pop this under my UV lamp. And see, I tried to do these little birds. This was another mold I got. I used color, and look. It just didn't. I've put this under my lamp so many times. So now I'm finding out this is going to become a clay mold. I'll just use this with my clays. Which is really why I bought it anyway. I don't know why I put resin in it. I just hope I can get all the resin out. And I'm sure I can. I'll just keep putting it under the lamp. But look, I do have kind of a little bird there that's kind of cute. So you know what? I think I'm going to turn that birdie over real quick and pop it under my lamp. And put this other one over there and pop it under there so I can use them for something. I know they'll work for something. And I'm going to pop that under my lamp. Okay, you guys, I'll be right back. Okay, I put my butterfly under the lamp and I wanted to explain. These little birds, the reason they didn't cure is that this is not a clear mold. If it was, I would have been able to put my lamp on the underbelly of it and get it to cure the other side, so it would have gone through both sides and they would have cured and they would have been adorable. So this is what I ended up getting out of that. And yeah, they're not too great. This one's kind of cute. But yeah, that's what I got out of that. The little top layer that cured. I'm just going to throw those out. I don't think I'm going to use them. And I'm going to get that blue out of here and put a new napkin down. So I've got my other butterfly under the lamp, curing right now. And as soon as that's ready, I put it under for 90 seconds. Okay, so we've got this cured. I went ahead and put it under my lamp, and so that bottom layer is nicely cured. I cured it on the bottom and I cured it on the top for 90 seconds each. I did have a little spot in this corner that didn't have, for some reason, the resin pulled away. So I went ahead and I did squirt a little more resin in there to cover up that hole. Once I start pouring more resin in here, nobody will be able to see that. So that's going to be just fine. So next, what we're going to do now is when we start laying down our stickers and our butterflies. And so the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and again put another thin layer of resin down, trying not to create bubbles. I'm going to try and stay as close to this as I can and not create a bunch of bubbles. Now, any way you look at it, you're going to get some bubbles and you're going to have to pop them. And you know what? On top of that, you're going to have some bubbles that you're going to see in your project when it's all through. Likelihood is probably 98% that you're going, 99% I would say, that you're going to see some bubbles. It just is the nature of the beast. It's resin. Who cares? I mean, bubbles are pretty, aren't they? I love bubbles, so I'm okay with that. It does not create an issue for me at all. Now, the thing about something like this is a larger mold, you guys, and so you're going to be spending more money on resin to create this. So if you're selling your items, make sure this item is going to be a bit more expensive than, you know, my small butterflies and things like that. And it's just because otherwise I wouldn't stay in business. I wouldn't be able to sell them if I couldn't sell it, get my money out of it, plus, you know, getting paid for artistic value and all the other good stuff that goes into my goodies. And, you know, hopefully whoever buys it will love it. And I think they pretty much will. I know I love these things. I just love them. My husband has made me so many with the 2-part epoxy resin. He's made me little, we call them jewelry jars, and put potpourri in them. Oh my gosh, potpourri is your friend when you're doing resin work. And let me tell you, potpourri sometimes is better than dried flowers, because some of the colors, especially when you can buy the Christmas greens and reds in potpourri at the holidays, oh my word, so pretty. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these apart if I can. These are not the easiest things to pull apart. I know everybody I talk to has issues with these. You just have to get the right spot, get your finger under there, and there we go. So we have our sticker, and this side here is pretty thin, but I'm not going to stick it down. I'm going to put it on the resin. I hope that's going to work out okay. If it doesn't, I will pull it out and I will start over again. And this is not the one I wanted to pull out. Can you believe that, you guys? I grabbed the wrong one. That was an if I want to use it piece. This is the one that I intended to use first. So I'm sticking with my original plan because it looked like it was going to be so pretty. And I have this cut pretty much to fit up in this upper part of the wing right here. And then I need, it's sticking to my finger, so I need my little thing here to hold it down so I can get my finger out of there. And I'm going to push any bubbles that might be under there. I want to push those out. But you see how this is just going right down into that resin there? How awesome is that? And if I do this a bit, I'm pushing any bubbles out to the edges. And then hopefully I won't have any bubbles in there. So that's that piece. Then I'm going to start building some of these other flowers around it. And see, I moved everything around here, so it's not exactly the way that I had it set up. I'm trying to think if I want a lighter flower to that side? I don't think so. I think this one, put that aside. This one I had set to go right here. So I'm going to set that down in there. And this is the fun part, you guys. This is kind of therapeutic, actually. Just setting these down. And these, luckily, they're not like spinning around and moving on me. It's just going right down in that resin and no problem. And then what I'm going to do once I get this part done is I'm going to pour more resin over the top of it. I don't know if I will do that before or after. I might put it under the lamp first, only because I want it to stick down really well to the bottom, and then I want to be able to resin on top. Well, my thinking process is that I'm going to cut this corner off of here. My thinking process is that if I get it stuck down, it's not going to move when I pour that next layer of resin, and that's exactly what I want. I don't want it to move around, because sometimes once you cover your items up with the resin, that's when it will, is this what I wanted here? I think so. When you cover it up, it'll float. It'll start floating, and we don't want that. I don't know if I want to use this rose here or not. Darn it. Let's go ahead and let's get into these real quick. I like the dark flowers. I want to use mostly the darker flowers on this, but I do want to have a little bit of the pink in there. Oh, come on. I want to have a little bit of the pink in there, though, so that the butterflies show off nicely. But I enjoy pink and purple together. That's my favorite color combination, is pink and purple together. So I am totally okay with having both of those colors popping up. Now, what do I want to do here? Do I want to do this, or do I want to put this in and then, yeah, you know what? We are going to put that rose in there. I'm going to stick that on my scissors. I'm going to put this rose down in this corner. You stay up there. You're spinning around a little bit, but that's okay. You're going to be fine. I'm going to put it in this corner here. And see, it's just the resin is coming up around the edges. A few bubbles are popping out, which is good. And what I should do is pull this out and pop those bubbles that are right there at the top and keep going. Okay, so now I want to put some of these over here too. And I'm thinking this one might be pretty up in the corner. I can't hold that and do this at the same time though. I hope you guys love this video. I think this is going to be so pretty. And I'm going to have everybody running out to get these molds and more resin and a UV lamp. If you don't have the stuff to do it yet, you're going to need a UV lamp, and you're going to need, and you can buy the little tiny UV lamps as well. I have a bigger nail lamp, but you can buy the little tiny ones, and they will work, you guys. So just know that if you don't have the money and you can only afford one of the small ones, you can get a kit with the Let's resin on Amazon that they sell the resin and the lamp together. It's like a kit, a starter kit, and it's super cool. And I feel like I know I just used that dark purple flower, and I know for a fact that I'm going to want more of those dark purple ones. So I am going to cut a couple of them out so I have them ready. This one for sure. And here's a little one coming off the side of this, so I can use that one. There's one. And I may have to pull my thing out here and cut a couple of other ones off. There's one. And let's see. I've got that flower too. That's pretty. I don't have any of those in there. Sorry, you guys. I'm just looking for some more of these dark purple little ones. And then I may need a little more pink as well. I've got this and this and this. I think I'll be okay with the pink. All right. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to put it, I wanted to have this one sort of coming over the top of this rose here. So we're going to make sure the rose is like all the way in the corner. And then I'm going to have this one coming down from these. And I have to use my finger and there, like that. That's what I wanted to do. And then that one can go there. That looks good there. And I'm wondering if this sort of feathery one would look good kind of coming up through this section. I don't know. I think I'm going to use leaves right there, because these leaves are really pretty. And that's the thing, you guys, with these little sticker rolls, oh my goodness, you get so much out of them. So many projects. Oh my word, you can do so many projects with them because there's so much in each roll. It's amazing. And I know they're made for, I think they have them named under journal stuff, you know, for journal making. So if that helps at all, I'm going to take this pink flower and I'm going to put it, I feel like I need another flower right in here. Right there. And that one's spun around a bit, so we're going to spin it back the way we want it. And those leaves will go that way, and this needs to spin around because it's facing the wrong direction. Yes, that's how I want that one. And you go right like that, and you go, they're shoving each other. They're not cooperating with each other. I guess those two flowers don't want to play together. Okay, that's good. And now we're going to put some of these in on this side. and hope that they look awesome. This one's pretty narrow, so I'm thinking it might fit right in here. Let's see, I feel like I need to cut a little bit more of the plastic off on this side and this side, because there's a little bit of extra plastic still off to the side where the flower is the widest. So I know I can afford to cut a little bit off. I'm going to grab the edge of it and just pop it right down in there. And once I get it down, it should just lay down nicely. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. I get so excited when I do stuff like this, and especially when I know things are kind of popping into the right places and looking really good. I love it, I love it, I love it. It makes me happy. Okay. I know my friend Diane is going to freak out when she sees this one, because she really does love anything butterfly related. She's so cute. Okay, I don't know how I can get this off of my finger and down in there, because I can't reach my finger in there so very well. Okay, that one's not going to go any further that way. So this one, I'm just trying to shove it down in there. I don't want to make the other one look bad, though, by putting that one in there, and I feel like it just doesn't work. So I'm sliding it down, and I'm putting it up here with the other one that's like that. There. That looks good. Okay, I just don't know what I'm going to do. I feel like I need something with this one. Like right at the bottom. Let's see, what if no, that's not what I want to do. Well, we're going to keep building here. We're just going to see what happens. Let's keep going. I don't want to waste too much time on one little flower when I know I can probably find something perfect as I go along to go right at the back edge of it. Oh my goodness, I can't get this one apart. Come on, I've got it pulling apart, but then it flops right back down. It's like it's slippery. Probably because I'm holding on to that Q-tip. Come on, little flower, come off of there. There, that time I got a hold of it. All right, you get off. Maybe, let's see. I think I want this one to go right here. Come on, keep going. Keep going. Oh boy, that's a little too wide. That's okay. It's kind of folding up at the edge there, but that's okay. That's actually okay. I was thinking it wouldn't be, but it is. It's fine. It can do that. Okay, now this little piece, let's see. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to pull it off. I've got all these little tiny plastic pieces, clear plastic pieces that I'm pulling off, and I can barely see them on my mat. And I just feel like I'm gonna, at some point, I'm gonna grab a hold of one and mess it up. This one, I'm gonna put right here because I'm certain that it will sit in that little spot. Yes. Okay. And then we've got this one. I need to cut off the edge of this one. Sorry, you guys. I've got a little edge on this that's squared off, and I don't want that. Let's see, this one can come off right there. Just like that. Okay, that looks pretty. All right, you guys, how am I gonna do this? I really have to get some little pieces. So this one has like lots of little like small ones coming off of it. So I'm going to cut those apart. What I should have done is taken it apart first and then cut the little pieces off as I go. But here's one little piece. And I'm just going to put these little pieces in like spots where they can kind of fill it in like that. And that looks very pretty there. So that, I think, is going to work. That's what I was kind of worried about, was not being able to find pieces that I could pop in to tiny little spots in between those little butterflies. And I'm one that you got to fill in every little space or I won't be happy. But these are not hard to work with once you, like, you have to get your hand in there and those little butterflies are in the way and the edge is in the way and it's not easy. So that one can go there. Now I've got this one. I'm surprised I'm being able to get these cut apart. Okay, this one can go right there. Whoops. It's stuck to the edge of the butterfly. There you go. There you go, little flower. Alright, that one, I need to keep the branch the right way, and that one. Okay. That's not going to work anywhere. Let's see. Here's one more that I have off of that multi-flowered one. Let's see if I can get this one apart. That would be marvelous. Look at that. I can't believe I'm getting these teeny tiny ones apart easier than some of the big ones. Okay, this one will go right there, I hope. If I can just get it to turn. Turn, little flower, turn. There we go. Yay! Okay, so that one got in just fine. Oh, I got that one to go down too. Haha. Okay. Now let's see. I need to cut something else off here. Let's see. I think. Oh, the mail lady's here. Okay, you guys, I know I'm getting very, very quiet. I'm just concentrating. I'm so sorry. Sometimes I do that and I forget I forget that I'm even doing a video. Okay, let's see. Where can we... I don't know if that's going to fit in there. Let me set that one down. I've got a smaller one here. Let me cut off the edges of this one, and I think I've got a spot that I can pop this one in. And then I need to go get my mail. Oh shoot, now this one's not gonna come apart. Oh my word. The first little one that I had trouble with. I guess that's pretty good odds, right? Pretty good. Okay, I think I'm gonna pop this one sort of right down in this corner here. Right there. And this is a little feather, like a feather type plant, but I don't know if that's going to look good or not. But you know what? Why not try? Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to try this one instead. Oh, it's too big. Yeah, that's going to be too wide. I do have this leafy one. Let's go with this one. I think I've got a spot that I can put this into. Oh, you guys. This is where after a while, I actually start losing my patience. And I'm a super patient person, but I do start to lose my patience with these stickers after a while because I just want to be done with them. And I'm going to put this one down right. I think I need to try and cut off the edges a little bit more. Like that. It's pretty narrow, so let's see, do I want it here? Yeah, I think I'm going to put it right through here. Sometimes once I get it down in there, it's just getting it down there, and once I do, it sits okay. And this, I'm going to pull that flower back. Uh-oh. It's starting to try and turn over to the wrong way, so I'm trying to make sure it doesn't do that, but it doesn't want to go down over here. Down, down. It just doesn't want to do it. There we go. Oh, no, we don't. You know what? I need 2 of these. We're going to fight this battle from both ends. There we go. No, it still wants to roll up because it's too wide. That's what the problem is. And I'm afraid if I leave that in there, it's going to cause bubbles. So I don't think there's anywhere else that I can put that. I'm going to leave it out. You don't get to go join the party. Sorry. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I do have a couple more of these little dark purple flowers right here. I'm going to cut them out of here. Oh, these little pieces of plastic are going to drive me insane. I'll find them for weeks. Okay, let's see here. One more, one more, one more. That's it. And you're going to go right after I cut that edge off. And a little bit off there. Okay, now I'm going to put this little piece in there. And I'm going to call it done with the stickers. If I can get that to lay down. And I think I can. There we go. There we go. It fit right in there. Okay. So there we have it. We have all of our stickers down. And I'll be right back. I'm going to go check on my dog real quick and check on the mail. And I'll be right back. Okay, so I am going to pan in on this a little bit so you guys can really get a good look-see at what this looks like. So that's how everything fit into it. Maybe I need to pan out just a tad. It's a little too close, I think. And I'm going to put this under my lamp for about... Oh, see? I dropped one of those plastic pieces in there. Doggone. I knew that was going to happen sooner or later. I'm going to pop this into my lamp for about 90 seconds on each side. Because I need to get underneath as well. So that's what I'm going to do here. And I think I got everything settled in just right. And I'm ready to rock. So let me put that under my lamp. I'll be right back. Okay, so we have put this under the lamp, 90 seconds on each side. And I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful, but let's see what we want to do now. Now, I may or may not put these butterflies in there. I don't know. I don't know, but I really think they're going to be pretty. So, I really, really, really want to use them. So, I'm hoping that I think they look gorgeous in there. I really, really think they look gorgeous. I'm trying to decide, do I want to just put 2 in there? I don't want to go overboard with them, you know. I want them to look nice in there, but I don't want to go overboard. But I do like this one up at the top for sure. And I think maybe this one at the bottom, because this one kind of has both colors in it. I just don't know if it's going to be harder to see that way. Doesn't really matter because that one you can't really see the bottom one anyway. So, or do I want two big ones? What's the matter, Holly? My dog's out there barking. I don't know. The big ones kind of look really pretty in there. Whoops, upside down. I bet I know what it is. I bet it's the the utility company checking the meter. Hold on, you guys. Okay, you guys, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put another small layer over the top here. Hopefully I've got enough in this bottle to cover it. If not, I do have one more bottle of this hard glue resin. So it'll be all right. But we're going to put one more layer, just a thin layer. And then after this layer, it's going to be the Let's Resin will go over the top of everything. And finish it off. But I'm going to use this layer so that I can lay those butterflies down in there. Making sure I'm getting it between all these little butterflies here because we don't want to leave any stone unturned here, you guys. Don't leave any spots. See, I have a little spot where that flower stuck up, but that's okay because the resin will come up over that. That's not going to hurt anything. As long as it's just a little bit, you're not going to see it because it's going to get covered by the resin. Okay, so now we're going to take, which one of these do we want? We will use this one here. And we're going to use our little one down here. And I wonder, maybe I should use two little ones. I want them kind of going in different directions a little bit because let's see. I think that looks good like that. I do. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some of these rhinestones in there. I just hope I hope these are not the kind that just kind of get lost. You know what I'm saying? But they're pink and the butterflies are pink, so that's why I wanted to use them in here to just kind of sit around in a few little spots. There goes my dog barking again. I think she's just trying to get my attention because I gave her a treat when she was barking before and she got quiet for a minute. She stayed in the living room and ate her treat and went right back out and started barking again. So I think she does that. She's learned that she can get my attention through barking. So I believe that's what she's doing. Silly dog. She's smart, you guys. She's so smart. So we're just going to put these kind of all over in here. Making sure that they don't flip over to where the silver side is sticking up. We don't want that. We want the pink side up. And I'm just laying them down. And so far they're just sitting right down in there the way they're supposed to. Because I didn't put so much resin in there that they feel like they need to flip. Because otherwise, if you've got real deep resin, these little rhinestones are going to flip around on you. They're going to be kind of all over the place, and you'll find a whole bunch of them that in the process will be flipped. And there's nothing you can do about it. Once it cures, that's that. You can't change the outcome. That is one thing you cannot fix when you're doing resin work. Like, see that one? It dropped and flipped over. And now I can't get it to flip the right way. Okay, that's the pink side. Yeah, these kind of disappear a little bit once they get down in that resin, but that's okay. As long as they don't, the silver side isn't up, I'm okay with that. You can still see that they're pink. Come on, guys. Need to get a couple of them in that little spot because there's nothing really there. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's driving me crazy. The neighbors across the street, of course, they still have their Halloween stuff out, and they've got a guy out there, a character that screams and screams. And this is the other day I was doing a video and I thought it was a person screaming and it was scaring me. And then I finally realized it was their Halloween decoration, and it's driving me nuts. I'm sitting in here and I keep hearing this screaming, and it's creepy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm all for Halloween and scary and all that stuff, but I've had enough. I don't want to listen to it anymore. And I don't know why it keeps going off. Usually those things only go off when somebody walks by them. But this thing seems to be going off all day long. Just constant screaming. Like somebody's killing him. And now I get to listen to my dog bark too. Am I complaining too much, you guys? Oh, my word. Stop it, Carol. Just enjoy the day. Okay, one there. I just hope I get enough of these in there that they show up. I just want to make sure. I'm going to get some of these teeny tiny ones in there too, and that can be time consuming in itself. Those are the ones that I'm worried about flipping though. And you will get some of the resin on your rhinestone picker. Just wipe it on a napkin as you go so that you don't get too much on there that it won't pick up your rhinestones, because then it'll start to get slippery. Oh, that thing is just making me crazy. And the funny thing is, back in the day when my kids were little, that would be me. I'd have the coolest decorations, and we've got a couple of neighbors. Oh my word, you guys should see the decorations they put out for Halloween. They went nuts. And the thing is a couple of them have like little haunted houses that they do for the kids. And so we have kids from all neighborhoods coming into our neighborhood because we've got one of the best neighborhoods to do candy in, or to trick or treat in. It's the most decorated and kind of one of the most fun neighborhoods around. My grandkids, when they were littler and lived closer, used to come to our house every year to trick or treat. And they just loved it. Of course, they'd get pretty scared too at some of the houses, because some of them are real scary. They're almost made more for the older kids than the younger ones. I don't know where that one went, but it sure didn't go where I thought it was going to go. And I don't know if it went right side up. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. This takes a little bit of time just because I want to make sure that I distribute them around the whole thing. So I'm sorry that this takes so long. And those flipped over. That one. And that one. And I need to get a few more over to the left side here. Just because that left side doesn't have as many flowers in it. It's got more of the little butterflies, the ones that you can see through. And so I want to make sure that I've got other things kind of going on in there. So that it looks pretty. You go right there. Okay, let's see. Let's grab a couple more of the bigger ones. Because those we can definitely see. Okay, a couple more and I will call it a day. At that time I got like 6 of them stuck to it. And that's the thing, once you get resin stuck on these rhinestones, you probably want to just toss those because it kind of ruins them. And then they're just sticky and they'll make all of your other rhinestones sticky and not pleasant to work with. And a couple more down here. I hate when they stick to the mat. And that one didn't even come with me. Okay, you guys. And honestly, once I get this kind of done, if I see that I feel like I want more rhinestones, I can put them in the next layer if I want to. So that's the other thing. You can always add more, but you can't take them away. So just remember that. If you get too many in there, you might regret that. Okay, I think we're going to leave it at that. I'm just going to slide this that way a little bit. Make sure everything's covered and make sure my butterflies are sitting in the right direction, because we don't want them going the wrong way. That way, and that one looks pretty good. And under the lamp we go. 90 seconds front, 90 seconds back. Okay, everybody, so I got everything resined. Now here's, you guys will be happy to know I did cut some time off the video because I went ahead and I resined in these nail charm roses in a few spots, not thinking that my camera was not rolling. I'm so sorry, you guys. I used these nail charm flowers here, and these are ones that I got from my friend Robin, and they're in a deep, deep, deep red. And then I used some of my gold brushed leaves coming off of all of those flowers. What I didn't do is I didn't add any of the pearls. And I kind of think, I feel like I want to add pearls in a couple of spots. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my Let's resin, because this other bottle of resin it's done. It's done for. So I'm just going to drop a little drop of this next to each one of those roses, because that's where I'm going to put the pearls, and I'm just putting one drop. And then I'm going to take these pearls. I may add one, I may add two to some of them. I don't know. It just depends. I'll decide kind of as I get them in there. This, actually, I wanted to go on top right there. There we go. And this one is going to go off to the side right there. And this is a small one. We're going to put that on top. And we're going to put one at the beginning of the leaves right there. Just like that. So you guys just add these like kind of how you think you might like to see them, you know. On these bigger groupings of 3 flowers, I want, you know, a little bit more accent. So I'm putting 2 pearls. And then, I mean, some of these pearls are teeny tiny and some of them are a little bit bigger. So this teeny tiny one I'm going to put right here by the leaves. And this one's a little bit bigger. I'm going to put that sort of in the middle of the flowers. And this one's going to go in the middle. Whoops. And this one's going to go at the leaves. I only had really one set. This was only one flower, and then I've got this one on the inside. I've got one pearl left. So that pearl is going to go right down in there with this 2 flower arrangement that's right in the middle there. So that's it. That's all we need. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put those under my lamp for 30 seconds and let those get cured real quick. They don't even need 30 seconds, honestly. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to cover the top. I just want to make sure that those pearls stick down. And you guys, I'm so sorry I didn't have you there for the little groupings of flowers, but you guys have seen me do it 100 times on some of my other things. And so this is what it looks like so far. Isn't that pretty? So now we're going to use our Let's Resin, and we're going to gently cover everything with resin until we get over and above those butterflies and those flowers. The butterflies stick up higher than anything else, so that's kind of my gauge. And once I can't see those popping up anymore, then I know I'm okay. And this is going to be gorgeous, you guys. I think it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. And we got to watch it because we don't have any butterflies on the left side here. So we have to watch that we're getting as much resin on that side, though, as we got on the other side. So if your table is not level, that could be a problem. So just make sure that you're looking at it and making sure that it's level. And if you can get yourself a leveling tray, get one, because it helps a whole lot. You just set your level bubble so that, you know, if you've got a crooked table, you set your bubble so that it's not crooked on top of your table, and you're all set. I'm ready to go. And we want to make sure that we get our bubbles out of this before we stick it under the lamp. There are some bubbles in there, you guys. I'm not going to say that there's no bubbles, because there are some. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. I can't say that I know anybody that I've ever seen their projects finished, although there is one guy in his earlier videos. His name is Ben, and he's got a resin channel. He does all resin stuff, and he does the cleanest resin work I've ever seen, or he used to. Now his more recent stuff, I'm not that thrilled with, but you know what? I'm not going to complain. I love watching his videos anyway. He's such a sweet guy. He's in the UK. And he's got, I want to say it's macular degeneration, so he doesn't see well. And he's gradually losing his eyesight. And you know what? He just does amazing stuff. Sweet guy. And all of his stuff that he was doing before was phenomenal, you guys. Phenomenal. And he's still got all those videos up, so you can still watch them and see his earlier work. He did the dragon eggs, you know, and just gorgeous, you guys. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so I've got that all the way up to the top. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, I see a spot here where it's popping out. That little butterfly wing is popping out, and we don't want that. So I'm going to make sure I have enough resin in there, which means I have to kind of go all the way around again just to make sure it's even. Take my flame real quick, go over those bubbles, get what we can out, and I think I did a pretty good job. And there's nothing sticking out now. I'm going to put this under my lamp. I'm going to do it for 120 seconds, 120 seconds twice on the top and twice on the bottom. And I will be right back, you guys. Okay, so I believe we are done, you guys. This is what it looks like in the mold. I think we're good. We're not done. We're done with the part in the mold. We still have to do the top one more time. But this is what you do. You just gently pull your mold away all around the edges. See how easy that's pulling away? That's a good sign. That means it's not sticking. There might be a spot or two where it will stick. The hard part is where these butterflies are. That was the hardest part with the first one that I did, was getting those to pull out. So That's where you say your prayers. And you ask them to please join you outside. So see, they're popping out pretty decent. This resin is still a little bit warm, so it's a little bit bendable right now, so you don't want to pull too hard on it and bend your butterfly. But see, this is the hardest part, but there we go. We got them all out. Everything's good. Your mold is still good. These molds do go bad after a while, but I only paid like $3.50 for this mold. That's cheap for resin molds. Resin molds are very expensive. So you can see, this is the bottom side, and you can see it's like kind of like a etched glass look. But you can see, the thing about that is, on this side, you can see these butterflies better when you look through it. So see, you can see those. On this side, you don't see them as well, but you can still see them. So this is the top. Look at how beautiful that is, you guys. You cannot say that's not gorgeous. And I don't have any mess ups. I don't have any weird spots. I do have a couple spots that I'm going to need to clean up right here. And all I do is I'll take like a little piece of sandpaper, and I'm going to do this before I do the top. And I'm just going to get those little edges off of there, the little bumps that would be just kind of extra resin that kind of dripped on the side of the mold when I was pouring it in. And there's not a lot of them, but I'm just going to go around the whole outer edge just in case. Just like this. And you're going to see the sandpaper does leave it looking kind of frosty looking. That's okay, because we're going to put a layer of resin over the top of this, so that's going to clean up those edges. We're going to do kind of what we call doming the resin. Now the hard part is getting it around these butterflies and not having it drip through them. So something like this, you guys, where it's got those holes in the middle of it, is going to be a little harder, a little more, it's not, you know, beginner. It's not the first thing you're going to want to do when you're working with UV resin. You want to get a good grip on how the resin acts and all of that before you do something like this. But it doesn't take long, you guys, to figure out how to use the resin and to be able to do. Some of you could probably do it the first time. If you've got a real steady hand, that's your best friend. My hands are not super steady, but I've gotten kind of used to the resin now. But I make mistakes. I make them all the time. It just happens, you guys. Now see, I've got a couple of little bits that are inside these butterflies. You want to make sure you check those and pull any little bits that are on the edges of them off. It comes right off. It just flicks right out of there because it's such a thin little piece that it's not attached well to the butterfly or to the hole. I need to get my tweezers in that one. It's too small for me to reach my nail in there. Okay, now I can feel those are kind of lifted. So I'm also going to take this, and I'm kind of okay with them being a little lifted right now because, like I said, I'm going to put that resin over the top of this, and those lips will help keep that resin from falling into those little butterflies. And it's okay, I'm scratching the front of this. That's okay, because that layer of resin that I'm going to put on the top is going to take those scratches right out. And best thing to do is once you have sanded it like this, I'm not sanding over this part because there's nothing wrong with it, but once you've sanded over it like this, you want to wipe it down before you put your resin over the top. So I'm going to sand it. I have a little bottle of water here. I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm just going to squirt it a little bit, a couple of squirts like that. And I'm going to take it and I'm just going to wipe all the way around this and get all that sanding dust off of it. That's what the purpose is for wiping it down. Get that sanding dust off. Because if you don't, then the resin won't stick to it real well. And we want that resin to stick. Okay. And I'm going to take and lay this down because I don't want to put it on top of that dust. Okay, I got it. I think I got it all off. So that's what it looks like. Isn't it gorgeous, you guys? And now we're going to take, I'm debating, do I want to use this or do I want to use my other stuff? This is thicker, so I think this will hold the dome a little bit better. So we're going to take a chance and we're going to go with our Let's Resin. And I'm going to start on this side because this side's a little less dangerous. And I'm just going to kind of go around through the middle of this. And I'm holding on to it because I need to be able to kind of spin it and move it a little bit. And so, and I'm just kind of touching up to the edge there. And then once I get the resin kind of all over it, right now it's not high enough that it's going to come over those edges because that's what I do not want to happen. But I do need to check it under my regular lamp just to make sure that I've covered all spots on the top of that. I want it to all be covered so that when I add my my next squeeze of resin that I know, and I'm being real careful around these little butterflies, but at least this way I know I've gotten the entire top covered. But I'm being very extremely careful on this side around those butterflies, and they still have a lip on them, so I'm kind of safe with doing this right now. It's not going to go through. I'm just going around each one really carefully, just with not even squeezing it. I'm just passing by with my bottle because these bottles, they let go of their resin real easy. It follows the path of least resistance, and it's going to come out of that bottle as long as it's a bottle that's got enough resin in it and you're not having to squeeze it to get it to come out. It's gonna follow its path, and it's gonna do just fine letting that resin fall out right on top. See, I just kind of went to the inside of that little butterfly there. That's okay. Okay, now I'm going to look under my lamp, and now I'm kind of going around the outer edges, making sure that it is up, all the way up to that lip, but not falling over it. I want it to do what we call doming. I want it to go up to it, but not over the lip. And I'm going to get, I'm sorry you guys, I'm doing this kind of under my lamp right now so I can see what I'm doing. So I've got the whole top of it covered. This is where you look and you see if there's any edges you didn't touch or what have you, because otherwise you have to go over the whole top again. And we really don't want to have to do that. So I've got the whole top covered. I'm going to set it under my lamp. Get rid of this cord that's under there. Of course it wants to catch. Oh. And I'm going to put it on top of something. And I'm going to heat it for 120 seconds. And then I will do it again for 120 seconds. And then we will be done with that part of the project. Okay, so here we have it. It is completely covered, so you can see it's completely all the way up to the edges. It's not like doming, it's doming on this side. It's not doming on this side. So, what I'm trying to think of what I could do to go ahead and be able to do this side again and not touch this side, because I don't want to touch this side anymore. And I'm actually okay with how it came out on this side. So part of me wants to say just leave it alone. I want to add this to the edge of it here. And then I'm also going to, let's see, this has gold on it. So we're going to take our little corner piece here. We have one in gold, and we're going to, and the leaves are brushed in gold, so it's going to be beautiful. We're going to add this to the back, just like that. We're going to add this down here, just like that, on the side where the butterflies are. Isn't that going to be gorgeous? And then maybe something sort of, I don't know, I kind of don't want to cover up those flowers, but maybe something down the middle. I kind of feel like, let me see, where did I put that? Not that. And look what I was playing with while I was waiting. I resined this little frame. I think I'm going to add those little butterflies to it. Isn't that cute? Super cute. So maybe I'll do some of those in another video. I've got some more of them that I can do. So we'll do a little frame video. I don't want that. Okay, this I was thinking. Maybe a piece of that sort of in the middle. Although it really kind of doesn't go. It's the wrong colors. What else do we have here? I'm trying to think of what I've got that I could use. I've got one of these that would be very pretty there, and then like that. Look at that. And maybe I don't want to cover up those butterflies at all. But if I take that and move it out a little bit and go something like that. Look at that, you guys. That is gorgeous. And if I cover up a little bit of the flowers, I'm okay with that. It's not like I'm like killing it. That is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Yay. Yay. I'm so excited about this one, you guys. I think it's just going to be one of my favorite projects so far. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to nip off just the little earpiece on, or ear, yeah, the earpiece, the part that goes in your ear, so it's just flat on the back. But first, what we're going to do, first things we're going to do is we're going to add this to it. So we're just going to flip it over and touch it in a spot that we think is good, where it's not going to go into that butterfly there. We don't want that. And I think, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a dot of glue on each tip here. Try and get it back on there quickly and centered, and we'll look at it and see if that's where we want it to be. And that's beautiful. And then we're going to resin this on right here. Now we're only resining a small portion of that, but that's okay. I'm going to pop it over here by my lamp. Oh, I don't want to set it on that. Ugh. Let me pull this piece of napkin off here. because I don't want to set it on the table because it's bumpy, and I'll end up scratching the entire front of that darn thing, and then I'll be mad at myself. So I'm just putting a little bit of resin over the edges there. Pop it under the lamp for 60 seconds. And get it curing right away. You want to cure that really quick, you guys. I don't know. I might use one of these on the outside. I don't know. Let's see. I love the way this looks on it, though. That is going to be ultra pretty. I've got a smaller one here, too. And let's see. I don't see that I have a purple one, though. Darn it. I wish I had a purple one. That would be awesome. I do have... I have one purple flower and it's broken. That's a bummer. That would have been pretty to use purple flowers and then the pink in that. Darn. Oh, you know what? Let me move this. Oh boy. I've got to move these things. I've got so much stuff here, you guys. Problem is things are sitting on top of things that are not level, and so they slide right off. I'm just looking in this little box to see if there's anything in there that's purple, and no, that one does not have anything I can use. So put that back underneath that box. Okay. There's some little purple flowers in here, but not the kind that I would want to use on that. Oh, I don't want that in there because it's going to end up getting broken. And that I want out. And that I want out. Got a white one. No purple ones though. I thought maybe I might have some purple ones in here, but I don't. What a bummer. Oh well, that's okay. And then I have some purple rhinestones and stuff like this, but that's it. Those don't work right on stuff like this. Okay. So we've got that all cured on there, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to take and we're going to dot this with a piece of glue. I'm going to put that just like that. So I think I'll put the glue right there and make sure it's pointing down. And let that sort of cure for a second. And then I'm going to just squeeze some resin right around the edge of this, but not coming too far out with it. I don't want to mess this up by putting too much resin around it, but I'm just going to kind of take it right up to the butterfly that's right there, and it should be okay. Okay, no bubbles. Let's get that done in a hurry. 30 seconds for that. And then this part will be easy to do. I have got to go through all of my bits and pieces and just really start separating, like separating things by colors and making sure that I've got everything kind of where it's easy to find. Okay, so that's on there. Look at how beautiful. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, so let's see. This one's pretty too, and it's a little bit smaller, so I'm wondering if smaller would be better. Let's see, you would have to go that way, and you that way. So I would put those kind of like that, not covering up my little butterflies. We don't want to do that. Put it like that, and then, you know what? I did have, darn, I think I had a little, purple piece. I don't know, that kind of doesn't, I don't know, that does kind of work, doesn't it? And that way we're pulling the pink and the purple together. That's kind of what I wanted to do. That's why I was thinking if I could find something purple to put in that spot, I could pull the pink and the purple together and it would really be pretty. I do have some of this trim as well. I've got a whole bunch of this. And that's a little less crazy. What do you think? Oh my gosh, you guys. Although I really do love this one. I really think that one is gorgeous. This is a little bit more high quality piece here. And I think it is beautiful. I think that's how we're going to do that. I love it, you guys. And see, now I've covered up my other butterflies, though. Well, no sense crying over spilled milk, right? I'm not going to use these on this. Definitely not. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to add resin right here. We're going to pop that on there. And I'm not putting glue on these because I don't really need to. They're going to be sitting straight. Straight on top of this, so they're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to leave the party. So if I go like that, I just want to make sure everything is kind of sitting just right together. I want these two flowers to sort of overlap each other. That's kind of what I'm trying to do here. But I do think I might have one of those tiny flowers that maybe I could put one of those sort of on top. Gosh, I wish I could just do things fast. And the more I play with it, the more it goes off kilter. Okay. This one is the one, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take some of these rhinestones off the top. I hate to do that, but I need to. Because it's just in the way and you're not going to see them anyway. So I just cut a little bit of the rhinestones off. Just like that. And now we'll pop that in there and it's going to sit exactly the way I want it to. There. Much, much better. You guys may not see it, but I can see a big difference. Okay, so I just want to make sure it's totally on top of that. I'm looking to see My hands are too shaky. I'm looking to see if I have a pearl, just a plain old pearl, or I could even use maybe just one of these little white roses, but I'm not too keen on, although that does look good. I will say that actually fits. I like it. Yes, just like that. I wanted it to fall in between the two other roses. And that is perfect. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a little bit of resin just kind of down around that. And down in there. And I'm going to put this under the lamp on both sides again, so that I can cure both sides of the resin, and I don't have to worry that underneath these is not getting cured. So let me get it back together there. There we go. There we go. And I am happy, happy, happy with that. So let me pop it under there. 90 seconds on top, 90 seconds on bottom. I'll be right back, you guys. Okay, so we've got it all resined. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to make these holes a little bit bigger in this gold corner filigree piece. So I'm going to gently just hold the filigree piece, not the butterfly. And I'm going to put a lot of pressure and kind of wiggle this around to make those holes bigger, because I want this ball chain to fit through it. And actually that's a small ball chain, so I really don't need to work quite as hard on this one, because it's probably going to fit in there just fine. Okay, I do want, you know what I want to do, you guys? That's resined on there pretty doggone good. No, I think I'm going to leave it be. I was thinking I was going to need to put more resin behind the filigree back here, but honestly it's completely covered and it's completely stuck to that back side of the butterfly. So we're just taking this ball chain and we're putting it through those two spaces that I made the holes. Now there's little holes in this filigree. There's two at the top, and the next two is where I always put my make my holes bigger, and where I put my chain. And I had this nice piece of gold chain. Oh goodness, we have a guy that goes by here during the day with a little cart selling fresh fruit smoothie drinks, and what else does he sell? Those little Mexican like pinwheel type things that they put hot sauce on. I don't know what they're called. I can't remember. He sells those and stuff. So he honks his little horn as he goes by the houses to get people to come out and buy them. And you know, those guys do a pretty darn good business, I'll tell you. They really do. Okay, so this... This is fini, and I'm leaving the edges of this, I'm leaving it frosted, you guys. You can see the edges are frosted. I am leaving it like that. Now, one thing I could do, I don't think I'm going to, because I just don't feel like it warrants it, and I don't know how much heavier it would make it, because it's already pretty heavy. That's a lot of resin there, guys. And that's why this piece is not going to be cheap in my store. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's not going to be a cheapie. It's very expensive to do, and a lot of work, and yeah, and it's just, yeah, it's not one of those little cheapy pieces that I can sell, you know, super inexpensively. Now, I gotta be honest with you. Look at this. Look at that. The problem is this is a very big rhinestone chain, and I'm excited about that. My friend Kim sent this to me. I'm actually excited at the size of this rhinestone chain. Like, super excited. It's very big. I want to say it's probably, I think she was thinking it was a 6mm, but I think it's more like 10mm. And that's okay, Kim. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm glad it's bigger. I've never had any rhinestone chain this big. And I'm excited about it. I'm just like, oh my word. That is something I have never gotten to play with. Now, unfortunately, for this butterfly, though, the corners are too sharp and it won't, I don't think it'll sit on there just right. But my word. That is beautiful, and I probably could get, let's see, if I worked on it and worked on it and worked on it, I could get that one in there and then start a fresh start on the chain and get it all the way around. Oh my goodness, you guys, I think I'm gonna do it. Oh, I'm just afraid though. I'm so afraid. Got that started there. I'm gonna chop this right here and see if I do this in pieces. See, now this table is not flat. I've got to get my flat. Oh gosh. I have to get my flat tabletop here. Okay, so I put this down. Okay. Now the problem is the butterfly is not completely flat, I guess. Oh, because it's got stuff on the back of it, that's why. Okay, so I do this. That doesn't mean I can't do it. It doesn't have to be flat to be able to do this. Look at it. It's going into that corner. And right in there. So I've got that section to work. So then we know we can get that section to work. Oh, you guys, I am so excited. Let's see. I'm going to try it over here and see what happens on this part as well. We know we can get the other part to work, so let's see. We're just going to see what happens here, guys. I would cry if I ruined it, but I don't think I will ruin it by doing this at all. I feel almost really confident that if I can get it to wrap correctly, I just wish this wasn't on here yet, but that's okay. I can work with that. I've worked with harder obstacles, I should say, and with harder obstacles than that. And then I would have to cut this right here. And poke that one up to that corner. And what I'll do with this is I will use E6000 to stick it all the way around like I used to do. And then when I finish it, I'll resin around the whole thing and stick it on. But this is amazing. But you guys, this is not going to be cheap at all. I'm just saying. So I don't know. Hopefully somebody will still be willing to buy it, but that's okay. If they don't, I'll keep it. Okay, so this one we will cut here. And bring that right up there. And then snap that little piece off here. Oh, where'd it go? Okay, well, then we will pop this like that, and that like that. You guys, oh my gosh, Kim, what have you done? Oh my goodness. This is like sing a song of praise, because this is like, oh my word, like over the moon gorgeous. And this one I'm gonna snip right here and pop it right up close to there, just like that. Let those rhinestones get close together. Okay, so that's what that's gonna look like, you guys. Is that crazy, crazy, crazy? Okay, so I don't know if you guys want to stick around for this or not. If you don't want to, that's okay. Just pop to the end of the video and take a look at the pictures at the back end. I want to ask you guys, though, for anybody who's here up to this point, would you please, please, please give this video a thumbs up? Make a comment. I need your comments on this one, you guys, because what I may do is I may make some of these kinds of pieces with the 2-part epoxy resin that we have, and make a few of them. I think that might be a great idea. Okay, hold on. I gotta go get some E6000. Okay, you guys, so here's what I'm gonna do. I've got my E6000. I have a brand new tube. I wanted to grab a new one because I want this to come out smoothly. And the best way I know is to have a new tube of E6000 to work with that I can control best. So that's what we're gonna do. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna set that right there. And actually I'm gonna do this a section at a time. I'm gonna take my time with this because you guys, I don't wanna ruin this. So we're just gonna put a nice bit of E6000 all the way around where those jewels can hold on, and I'm going to take that out from under it because I don't want the paper towel to stick to the back side of this. So make sure our rhinestones are sitting forward. And push that all the way into that little corner there. And I am going to let this start to cure and give it a little bit of time, and I'll be right back to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this all the way around with each piece. You guys don't even have to watch me do it. It's not necessary. I just put the E6000 right around the bottom edge of the butterfly down here and press this next to it. I'm pressing this down because it's not straight in the back because it's got stuff glued or resined to the back of it. So We're going to hold it down and we're going to get it sticking. It'll usually take about 10 minutes per section to get it enough that I can move it around and continue working. So I'll be right back, you guys. Wait till you see this. Okay, you guys, I did it. I did it. I did it. I did it. I'm so excited. Okay, so this, let me see if I can get this clean side up. If there is a clean side, we'll put it just like that. It's still a little bit sticky on the back side with the E6000. But I'm just going to lay this on this napkin really quick. And look at that, you guys. Is that not the most beautiful thing ever, I think, that I've ever made? I am so excited about this piece. I can't even tell you. It makes me want to buy a whole bunch of resin and just make a line of these. But then I don't know how well they would sell because they would be so expensive. Because I can't afford to buy a whole bunch of this kind of resin. That just, no, 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 no. I cannot do that. But it makes me want to. It makes me want to buy a whole bunch of it and just use my stickers and my butterflies and all my little extra bits and pieces and my earrings that Robin sends me. Oh my gosh. And I want to say also thank you so much to Robin and to Big Mama Mosaics for the flowers that I put in the center of this. I'm definitely going to give her a shout out. I'm going to enter her Etsy page information on the description menu of this video. And these flowers here, you guys, she did those, and she does these beautiful little flowers as well. And they're just gorgeous. I love them. I love working with them. And thank you to Kim. Oh my God, you introduced me to new rhinestones that I never even thought of. Kim, look at this. Oh my gosh. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart. Oh my gosh, I am beyond excited about this. Yeah, I just can't even believe it. So this is, I would basically call this kind of an ornament. You might hang this from something. You definitely are not going to hang this from your rear view mirror. No, no, no. But you could hang it from something. Now, one thing that I could do that might be cute is put a piece of tape over the bottom of this and fill those butterflies with colored resin and try that. So maybe if I ever get to make another one someday, maybe I'll try it and do that. But these are so expensive, you guys. Wow. My husband kept telling me, are you sure you want to do that? Do you know how much money that resin is? And I said, yes, I do. And yes, I'm gonna. But you know, future ones may hang in the balance, but for now I'm super excited about this. And also now what I can do, I've got this all covered, that this side is completely protected, and now I can add some resin to this side and make this side dome. So I am going to do that very quickly here. And you can see, I think, you can see, okay, when I shine it in the light like that, you can see how that side is not domed. And you can see the doming on that side. You can see how nicely it just goes over those corners. We're going to do that to this side. Because I want the whole thing to look, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right, head to toe, and no exceptions, because this thing is remarkable, you guys. Oh my gosh. I am tempted to add some glass glitter to it, but if I'm being honest with you guys, I feel like it's fine the way it is. It's perfect the way it is, and I just don't think it really needs it. I just don't. I think it's beautiful just as a shiny. So if you guys want to put some comments in there, let me know what you think about that. Do you think it needs glass glitter, or that it should have some? Or do you think it's fine the way it is? Okay, so let's get this. And I mean, I could even just put like a super thin layer of glass glitter on it, I suppose, just so that it would sparkle in, you know, some little spots. But I just don't, I don't know, I don't think I need to. So I'm going to pop it under my lamp for 90 seconds. And then I don't even have to do the bottom now, because it has nothing else that it has to get through to cure. So it's fine the way it is, just doing the top side. So let's get that cured and I'll be right back. Okay, all done, you guys. I'm going to show you this one and this one now. And so this one, I'm going to add some stuff to it. I'm hoping that I can get it to a point where I feel really good about giving it to my son. I'm just bummed that all the flowers turned brown. I feel sad about that. So I don't know if he would want it that way. So that's my only problem with that. Now, my son is a fine artist. And when I say fine artist, he can sketch just about anything with a pencil and make it phenomenally beautiful. So I feel sad that this didn't turn out better. It's pretty, yes. It's very pretty. But I don't know if it's up to my son's standards. And not that his standards would be so high that he wouldn't love it just because Mom gave it to him, because he would. Under his breath, he'd be saying, ugh, you know, and is he only going to display it when I come over? You know? I don't know. So, yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that. I don't know. Sometimes, you know, I can't read my kids. I just can't read them. To know if they really like something I give them or not. I always feel like I'm failing when I give gifts to them. And so what I find myself doing is just dreading buying gifts, because I feel like kind of a failure, because I just don't know what to do or what to give. And making stuff, they don't use the kind of things that I make. So as a general rule, I mean, he gave me his flowers to do this with, but they just didn't turn out. It just didn't turn out. So I'm very sad about that. But anyway, so this is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry the video is so very long, but hopefully it was worth it. I hope you guys love this and really enjoyed. I'm going to put the other one away and set this one down. And really enjoyed the process on this. And give it a shot, you guys. Start doing some resin. Do some simple stuff first. And then move on to things like this, where you can just feel so excited about it. I'm very excited about this. It's huge, you guys. It's quite large. It is, let me see, side to side, it is 5.5 inches. And top of chain to end of tail is about almost 8 inches. So yeah, it's beautiful, you guys. So beautiful. And I thank you for watching, and you guys all take care. God bless you all. Be kind to everyone you meet, even those that are not so kind to you. It might make a difference in their life. You might get to see it, you might not, but it might make a difference in their life. We don't know what other people are going through, so we've got to remember that, you know, everyone deserves our kindness. We don't deserve to be disrespected, so please don't let people disrespect you, and especially those who you love, who are supposed to love you back. Don't let them disrespect you. Make sure you tell them. Love your kids, love your family, hug them, squeeze them often, tell them you love them all the time, and remember that you're all amazing. Each and every one of you is amazing, and I hope that God blesses you all with the very best for the holiday season, and I will see you in the next video. God bless you all. Take care. Stay tuned for those pictures on the back end. Bye-bye.